Hello everyone, welcome back. I am Supriya. I'm currently pursuing my MBA in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, affiliated by VTU. So, this is my second YouTube video assignment under the subject Research Methodology. So, the topic that is assigned for me for the second YouTube video assignment for the research methodologies are pre experimental design, true experimental design, quasi experimental design, statistical experimental design. So these are the topics that is assigned for me for the second YouTube video assignment. So before going into a detail, let us know what is the meaning of every research designs. So the first research design is pre-experimental design. Pre-experimental design is a research method that happens before the true experiment and determines how the researcher's interventions will affect the experiment. So, this is the meaning of pre experimental design. In the next slide, we'll be seeing the example for the pre experimental design. One example of a pre experimental research design is the one shot case study. In a one shot case study, the researcher observed a single group of participants before and after an intervention. So, this is an example for the pre experimental design. So, next we'll see the three basic experimental designs. The three main pillars of experimental design are randomization, replication, and checking. And we will flesh out their effects on the subsequent analysis as well as implementation in an experimental design. So, these are the three basic experimental designs. The next slide will be seeing the next topic, that is meaning of true experimental design. The true experimental method is an experiment conducted to prove or disapprove a cause and effect relationship between two variables. A true experimental method must include a control group and at least one experimental group that are randomly assigned and a researcher manipulated variable. So, this is the meaning of true experimental design. So, next slide, we'll be seeing the example for true experimental design. An example of an experimental design would be randomly selected of all the schools participating in the hand washing poster campaign. The schools would then randomly be assigned to either the poster group of the control group, which would receive no posters in their bathroom. So, this is an example for true experimental design. The next slide will be seeing meaning of quasi experimental design. Like a true experiment, a quasi experimental design aims to establish a cause and effect relationship between an independent and dependent variable. However, unlike a true experiment, a quasi experiment does not rely on random assignment. Instead, subjects are assigned to groups based on non random criteria. So, this is the meaning of quasi experimental design. So, in the next slide, again, we'll be seeing the example for this topic. That is, in a quasi experiment, the independent variable cannot be randomly assigned because it is an innate difference of the participant themselves. A memory task with a group of clinically depressed participants compared to a control group of non depressed participants is a common example for psychology. So this is an example that we saw in the slide. The next slide, we have the last topic of this video, that is statistical experimental design. So let us know what is the meaning of it. In statistics, the experimental design or the design of experiment is defined as a design of an information gathering experiment in which a variation is present or not, and it should be performed under the full control of the researcher. This term generally used to control the experiments. So the next slide will be seeing the example for this topic. That is, the following three statistical experimental examples further illustrate these concepts. Three plots of flower seeded are planted. The first two plots are watered in different rates, while the third plot is left alone. 100 students are recruited for this study. So, this is the basic example that we need to solve for the statistical experimental design. So, this is it. And I hope this video finds you helpful knowing about the information about the different types of research design. Thank you.